Hey, what's up, everybody? So it's July the 30th. It's about 6:30 p.m. here in Bodrum, Turkey. I love Turkey. I've been here for 2 years now, and it's probably one of my favorite countries that I've ever been to because of the weather, the food, and of course, my wife. So being 8 years in crypto, believe it or not, the 2 years that I've been in Turkey, it has far exceeded all of the profits that I've ever made in my entire life combined. So there's something about Turkey that's just very, very magical. It's very peaceful as well. I'm away from bad influences and I can really focus on this current market because when you're young guys, like when you're, my age, I'm 38, I've still got a lot of energy. And because I've got a lot of energy, I want to use that energy very, very wisely while it's still here, while my youth is here, while I'm motivated, while I'm still inspired, while I still want to go get it, while I still want to hustle, while I still want to prove it to the world that I'm better than I was yesterday, while I still want to make my parents proud of me and make everybody around me proud and be able to take care of all my friends and all my family. And so I can not have to work as much when I'm older. So I can put in this time really hard now and just hustle every day to actually make this wealth in this next upcoming bull market. Because I promise you that when you're older and you cash out your retirement funds or you decide to work until you're like your late 50s or 60s, you're going to go to Paris, you're going to go on that canal cruise in Amsterdam, and you're going to fall asleep in it because you're now 65 years old and you're exhausted and you don't even want to travel. You'll go out for one outing a day to go see one thing when you travel. You'll come right back to your hotel room or Airbnb, and you're just gonna relax for the rest of the day. You're gonna get room service. I don't want to be like that. I want to make the money now while I can because crypto, the bull market, guys, it's coming. You always hear me saying this that it's coming, and when it comes, it's gonna come so fast that you're not gonna have time to study ever in the bull market. Okay, you got to see the bull market when it comes here as the final boss. It's the final exam. You've had much practice, lots of homework before to get ready for all of this. So when it's here, when the bull market's here, it's the final boss, man. No more practicing. It's time to hustle. It's time to sleep a lot less. Time to put in those hours. It's time to really make as much as you possibly can in a short period of time. It's like a season to harvest all of the fruits. And with this labor of love, of learning and practicing and backtesting and developing your strategies, eventually it's really going to pay off. So I wish everybody success in this upcoming bull market. And today we're going to do a Bitcoin analysis. We're going to do a monthly roundup. We're going to do a weekly roundup as well, just to see how the crypto market is trending, just to see how Bitcoin has been trending and what especially has been hot coins to trade, and perhaps some lessons I can share with you so you know exactly how to catch the next one. And so you guys know right now there's a 45% off sale. It's time for you to start investing in yourself, time for you guys to start learning my strategies. So this month, I have been absolutely killing it. I'm up 66,000 Canadian dollars, and I've only taken a $164 loss. So yesterday, I took another massive profit of $6,000, and it just keeps going like this. It just kept going like this for a really, really long period of time. And then I took another $7,000 profit there, but I took a $2,000 loss. But when I say $164 loss, I'm talking about net profit for that day. So I'm always making more that day, so it doesn't actually count towards losses. So then I'm taking some big trades this month. I got OGN here, made $16,500 on just OGN alone. And then there was MKR just to pass this is even before that 6,000 and $7,000 profit. So on MKR alone, I'm up about $25,000. And then on OGN, I'm up like a stupid amount. Oh, right here, OGN was 16,000. That's right. And then I was also trading XRP this month. This is an old screenshot. I haven't updated it yet, but this is from 2 days ago. So my P&L this month was just ridiculous. Okay, right now over 30 days, 40,000. This month alone, I'm up $43,000. And you got to think about it. Like, is this luck? How am I up? Like literally, when you look at this, how am I up I've showed people directly on my Binance through videos. I'm one of the most transparent traders out there, and my goal is to help you become a better trader, okay? So this is definitely not luck, right? This is a huge combination of skill and just being there at the right time as well. So I want to teach you guys what I know. So it's time for you guys to invest in yourself. Take a look at my ultimate bull market strategy guide in the link below. It's 45% off. You can buy it directly on the website with your credit card. So what you're going to get with it is you're going to get to learn my exact strategies, okay? You're going to get, first of all, the ultimate bull market strategy guide that is 25 hours over 41 lessons. You're also going to get access to, excuse me, my lifetime private Discord trading group. There's lots of members in there, guys. There's always so many members that have like-minded goals. So, for example, right now we've got 124 lifetime members on here, and we've also got some monthly members, 60. So it's not the busiest period, but on average, we'll have anywhere between 200 to about 500 people of high quality members that want to learn. Imagine if you were in a group with people that, they were all amateurs. They were not motivated, they weren't inspired, they were all looking for signals, they were looking for some people to hand feed them all the time. Do you think you're going to grow as a trader? Probably not. But what if you were in a different environment? Because you're always a product of your environment. Now you're in a group with some of them are very successful. I've turned a lot of people into millionaires. Some of the people in my group trade with gigantic sizes. So you're around experienced traders. You're around motivated people as well. You're around people that really want to do well. So of the two groups, would you do well in one? Would you do not well in the other? Yeah, you'd probably kill it in my group because if you're around a good group of people like yourself, you're going to eventually be lifted up to another level as well. You're also going to get my Discord book here, or sorry, my book, companion book, that will be mailed out to you October 1st, but I'll give you a PDF copy as well for now. This is one of those packages. If you guys have seen it floating around, a lot of people have been extremely happy with it. Check it out. I'll show you guys over here. So people have been extremely happy. This is the book that you get. It comes in a package, like a cool package. A Team Philakone LED lamp, custom-made bookmark, a certificate. This is some pretty, it cost me $350 just to make this package with the shipping for DHL. So that's just crazy how much time and effort and money I spent into making this package. So then you're also going to get entered. Only 100 people are going to be entered in the draw. That's it. You're going to be entered into a draw to win a 3-day trip to Istanbul, Turkey to come trade with me and to see Turkey with me as well. So you guys can scroll down, you can see a little bit more about me, see what people are saying, check out the course outline. It outlines everything for you. And also, this is the table of contents for the book. Normally, guys, it's going for $995, but right now it's 45% off. So it brings it out to about $550. All you got to do is click on enroll now, and you can pay for it by credit card, or you can DM me to pay by crypto as well. So I want to see a lot of you guys as my students. It's time for you to learn my strategies, to see what I'm doing really well as one of the most transparent traders out there. Okay, let's get into right now the technical analysis for Bitcoin. Let's do a brief overview. So right now, I am in a position for MKR. I'm not logged into Binance right now, so I can't show you, but I'm in a short position on MKR. For Bitcoin, it's fairly doing the same thing. I don't expect it to rally anytime soon. We just have to acknowledge the very long-term resistance that's been forming for a really long period of time, okay? We see that the most important resistances to acknowledge is the ones from far back here in January of 2021. See that? So this is January 2021, and then there's May, June, and July where we hit around the same region. Never see a resistance as only one set price. Always see it as a range like that. So you see that around this 29 to $31,000 range, and it also hit again here. This is actually a period of 30 full days where we rejected coming to the downside, but it bounced up a little bit and it stalled there. So because of that, you have to see it as a resistance, okay? So here as well, we saw it hit once, we saw it hit twice. So we see this gigantic pattern that's forming on the weekly chart. Now, would you say this is a fairly viable pattern? Yeah, absolutely. So doesn't it just look like it hit up there, and then it's going to hit down there, and then it has the potential to maybe break out? Okay, let's just talk about the scenarios. So it hits, let's say it hits here, okay? One scenario is it can just keep dropping to the downside, right? So we're instead of actually bouncing, what happens is we just drop to the downside instead. Another scenario is we can go up there, okay? And then the scenario after we retest it again is that instead of dropping down, we just go up and we just keep continuing up. Because we have to remember that by the time we get here, it's almost October already, which is Q4, and Q4 is October, November, December. Those happen to be, excuse me, happen to be fairly bullish months. And then if you think about the Bitcoin halving, which is in April of next year, well, usually people accumulate 6 months before the halving, and October is only 7 months before. So if we actually end up bouncing off of here, if okay, there's possibly a rally where we're just gonna keep going. So we bounce off of this trend line first of all, one more time, and then we finally test that resistance for a little bit, and then we finally just launch and break above up there. So that's one scenario, right? Another scenario is instead of actually bouncing and going breaking to the upside, we end up just getting a break to the downside. That would be disastrous, but I would still be. I need some water. My throat is incredibly dry. But instead of rallying, we get a huge drop to the downside for a few more months. That would be disastrous, but I wouldn't mind it because all altcoins and Bitcoin is going to be on sale. So we're going to be able to get altcoins and crypto and accumulate at much better prices, which I'm excited about. So that's pretty much the scenarios. The scenario, once again, is we just keep going down instead of bouncing on the trend line. Scenario two is we go to the upside and we keep going. Scenario three is we test it one more time and then we fail the retest and then we drop. So those are the most likely scenarios to happen for Bitcoin. And I always tell people that instead of guessing and predicting all the time, it's better to always my throat is so dry, I do apologize, guys. Instead of predicting all the time, it's better to react as a trader. As a new set of data comes in, we get more information so we can make more informed decisions. So if I had to bet, force a bet, life or death situation, someone put a gun to my head and they said, hey, Philakone, you've got to predict what's going to happen, okay? If I had to, I would bet all my money going upwards, okay? Let's say someone was like, Philakone, you had to make a bet life or death situation, you had to make a trade. Well, my guess and prediction would have to be we bounce here and then we break to the upside. And the reason for that, logically, is that the Bitcoin halving is in April, and leading up to the halving is an accumulation period. So that's my prediction for that. So now let's take a look at some of the heavy hitters this month that has been moving a tremendous amount thus far. So I use my crypto screener here. Today, not much has moved except for STMX, but now we're going to go to, for example, the weekly gainers. We'll just go to the weeklies. Actually, we can go to the monthly here, okay? So we'll go to the monthly right here, and then now we're going to take a look at which ones have moved a gigantic amount for the month. So we see that some coins like FSTMX, okay, so once again, you guys just basically go to the month here, then go to the change percentage, and then you sort it, and you'll see that a coin like STMX, MKR, XRP, XLM, Tomo, a lot of coins have been moving a lot this month. So it's been a very volatile month compared to June month. June was incredibly slow. I'm very glad that I was able to actually go on a vacation and didn't have to stress about it because, well, if you go on a vacation and it's a very busy market, you're gonna have that FOMO feeling. My friend right now, she's a moderator in the Discord group. She's on a vacation somewhere in the Caribbean on an island, very beautiful weather. She saw my profit this month. She's like, I've got FOMO right now. I've got major FOMO. I want to trade. I'm like, just enjoy your vacation. There's going to be other days to trade, right? So STMX was huge. And then for the weekly, I've got my my screener here. So for the week, we've seen some coins like MKR move up a lot. Tomo, Kansi, and OGN was definitely one of the greatest coins that I've ever caught in my life. I'm not sure if you guys saw that trade of mine, but it was just mind-blowing the way that I actually caught OGN. Where was it? It was right here, okay? Right here is where I caught it, and I'll show you guys how. Okay, this actually happened in a really short period of time, but first of all, I want to show you the resistances that are really important. So if you take a look at these resistances right up here, okay, like just right around there, right? You can see the high there. Those are pretty relevant resistances, as you would agree, right? You would agree. So then what ended up happening was this. I'll show you. I'm gonna bar replay it for you actually. Let's see if I can go to a smaller time frame here. So because of that resistance, it forms a support. So as soon as it actually got there, I ended up just buying. Okay, I ended up buying like huge. So this ended up happening in a few seconds. Okay, just watch what happens. It was really, really quick. Okay, so you'll see the spike happen really, really quickly like that. See that? It happened in 1 minute. I just happened to be in a position. And because I was in a position, I took that $12,900 profit in 14 seconds. And that was one of the best trades that I took this month so far. This is the trade, guys, right here, OGN. So I got into a long position earlier, like 2 hours earlier, and I just waited. And then I was in a about $90,000 position, and it spiked up like 13%. And I just closed it. So this was a gigantic profit. So OGN has definitely been one of the heavy hitters out there. And another coin that's heavily on my radar is MKR because I believe that it's near a top already. I think that it's definitely near a top. I'm going to remove all my annoying alerts here because I've been watching it nonstop. So MKR, because we might see a possible five-wave pattern, I'm interested in trying to perhaps catch a short position. I believe that this could have been a 1, a 2, 3, 4, and that's probably a 5 up there somewhere. And I think that the fifth wave ended up making a diagonal, kind of like that, okay? So it ends up making a fifth wave ending diagonal, and the ending diagonal hit there one time, it spiked up a little bit, it wicked upwards, and then now there's a high chance that it's going to hit here one time, hit that support trend line, and then after that, it's going to end up breaking to the downside. So MKR right now is heavily on my list, and this actually ended up breaking down to threes all the way. So if you take a look here, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that subdivides into threes, okay? So if you go into a lower time frame, what you'll see is that it heavily subdivides into ABCs. So just as an example, I'll show you. You see this as an A, B, C. So that makes the first wave. So keep in mind that ending diagonals, they subdivide into threes. They do not subdivide into fives, which is really rare. So that's the first wave that just finished. And here's the second wave that finished. That makes two. And A, B, C, that makes three. And then the next one here makes probably an A, B truncated C. The last one probably makes A, B, C. If that's not the case, then maybe there's one more going up. Like, I don't know, right? But I really doubt that. Either way, if you take a look on a higher time frame, MKR just looks like it's getting ready for a drop. 2 hours crossed over already. 2 hour is bearish, bearish, bearishly diverging RSI. It's just getting lower highs every time for RSI. Right? So the histogram is getting lower too. The 4 hour is trending downwards or trying to. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on MKR. I mean, there might be one more small subwave, but I really doubt it. If we take a look here right now, we see this high, okay? You see this high at 180 right there. And every time it tries to get above there, it ends up getting bull trapped. So I don't think it's gonna successfully stay above there. And then we take a look at this other resistance here around 183. Okay, so we're sandwiched in between these resistances right now, right? So it can't get back above this one. It completely fails. I think you would agree with me. It fails right now to get above this high, right? So this is the wick. So it fails right now to get above it. So now we're trying to just retest this one right here, and maybe we'll fail one more time, but that's from this high. Maybe we're eventually just gonna go right through below it. So this is why I'm interested in MKR, because as soon as it falls below 1253, I think it's going to be go time to enter a really good position. So I just wanted to update you guys very quickly. I wanted to give you my thoughts on Bitcoin and just kind of give you a monthly summary of what coins have been really hot. And of course, XPR, I didn't even get into that one. They won their court case against the SEC, where the court ruled that XRP was not a security. So that's good. And because of that, the price ended up rallying a tremendous amount. And that was the coin where I shorted it at the resistance, and I was able to make $8,000 in like 9 minutes or something. So it's been a very good month so far. The month is not done yet. There's still today and tomorrow. So I hope that a lot of you guys are able to catch one last good trade or two perhaps before the end of the month. And other than that, there was just MKR, guys. It's on my mind heavily. You have to remember that MKR did, how much did it do here, guys? I think it rallied 150%, no, 70, 170% so far. I mean, it doesn't need to stop. It can keep going. But for now, as it stands, maybe it's a local top, and that's why I'm heavily interested in it. Not really sure yet, but requires a lot more technical analysis. And then other than that, guys, have yourselves a great day. I hope that you guys had a phenomenal month trading July, and I hope that August brings you even more profits. And as for my course, make sure you guys are signing up in the link below. I look forward to having a lot of you as my students. And keep in mind, there's only a 3-day sale. That's it, just 3 days. And then the 45% is over. That's it. Or if 20 people purchase it first, whichever comes first, 3 days or 20 people. So it's a limited sale because I only have, I think, 45 more books. That's it. 45 more books. So I've got to stretch it out. So I hope you guys are an early bird and you get it. Have yourselves a great day. If you haven't already and you enjoy my content, please do hit the subscribe and the like button. It just helps me a lot with the algorithm. Have yourselves a great day, and thank you very much. Bye now.